Hey guys, this is Keiki Jakey, and welcome back to my Mass Effect Trilogy walkthrough, Part 8. Okay, in the last part we became Spectre, and we got tasked with the mission of tracking down Saren. So in this part we are going to find Dr. Liara T'Soni, but just before that I thought it might be nice just to get to know some of the characters and get to know a bit of their backstory. So without further ado, let's see and talk to Garrus. So let's just this is what we'll be travelling in later on, this nice cool thing here. So let's talk to Garrus, see what he has to say.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at C-Sec.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At C-Sec, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But C-Sec wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Yeah, it's a shame because like C-Sec, they're like the council in a way. They have to get all the evidence and it takes some time.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Just do a good job and don't get in my way. We'll get along fine.
Don't worry, Commander. I'll keep clear.
Okay, the last thing I said was a bit mean. I didn't really thought Shepard was going to say that. But yeah, nice to know Garrus, why he's coming along and stuff like that. Hello, Ashley. It's your turn next.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
We came as soon as we got the distress call, even with the fastest ship in the fleet.
You did the best you could, Commander. It's my fault. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Okay, actually didn't really have too much to say, but yep. Aha! Good old Rex. What have you got to say for yourself?
Nice ship you got, Shepard.
Thanks.
What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
They tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
It's very sad, though. But the Krogan are quite a violent race, which is why they gave them the genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? To ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
So long, Rex, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, the genophage was created because the Krogan are a violent race and they kind of revert to violence rather than diplomacy, so it's kind of like their thing. Hello, Talia, what have you got to say for yourself? And that is our engine of the Normandy. Oh, I got 14 experience from that. That's pretty good.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard.
I know.
I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Okay, the Conclave. I believe it's like their kind of political party kind of thing.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Okay. Let's find about a bit
I want to know
Geth.
more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Okay. So you can tell that this repetitive theme of the Creed always rebelling against their creators comes a lot quite during this trilogy, and this is an excellent case study for it. This here, the Geth and Quarians.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, We leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
And that doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Okay, so that was Tali and her species and what she does and the Geth as well. We'll have a little chat with Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's that?
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Okay, that was a bit about Engineer Adams, although he kind of mostly talks about the Normandy. Anyway, I think we're pretty much ready to get started on the mission. So I'll just close the door and we'll go up this elevator because we love elevators. Woo! I think we will just have a little chat with Caden if he wants to talk this time. Because last time he didn't want to talk.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Okay, Caden didn't have much to say. He never really does, to be honest. Anyway, so we are going to head back up to the bridge and we will get started going to find Dr. Liara Tassoni. Hello? Yes, you better salute me, because if you don't, I'm going to hurt you. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, here we go. Right. Okay, so we're going to zoom out the Citadel. This is a pretty cool thing. You get to see the whole galaxy. Right, we're going to zoom out there. Oh, we've got to zoom out again. So Pharaoh's, Liara's dig site, and Avera are the main missions. These two here are DLC that came with my package of Mass Effect. So we will do those two DLC missions. But there are loads of other little side missions you can do. Not sure if I'll do them. But we'll start off, we will go to the Artemis Tau cluster and find Dr. Liara Sony. Right, I don't know which one she's in. This is Sparta? Okay, this is a bit awkward. Let me just find out. God, I should have found this out a while ago. Journal, explore the worlds of the Artemis. Okay, right. So I actually have to search them manually. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so good. Oh great, I've got to do this again now. Okay, right. Go over here. Let's go to Sparta.
This is Sparta!
This is Sparta! Yes, we are leaving the Citadel. Goodbye! I'm gonna miss you. Here we go. Faster than light travel. Okay, let's try this one.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Okay. Oh, this might be it. Oh my god, if this is lucky, then... Okay. Okay, we will take Tali and Rex. No, we did them last time. We'll take no, we'll take Ashley and Caden. Okay, I actually don't think this is actually it. But we'll just find out what this disturbance is. Actually, no, this isn't it. I don't think. But we will have a little go. Okay, so we've got plasma cannon, which is that, and then we've got our major cannon thing. I think that's the distress beacon over there. I think sometimes you go to these other little planets, they have tiny little side missions, and I know I literally just said we're probably not going to do them, but I think this is a pretty cool little one. There's someone dead here. Holy balls! I can't save, so if I don't have to... No. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god. Die! Shoot it! Kill it! Jump! Oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh, it's a threshing wall. Wait, what? Hello? Where did he go? No, don't fire goo at me! Die! Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god, he's over there. Come on. Right. Die! Come on. Oh my god, I'm trying to dodge it. Jump! Use the space jump! Yes, you run away, idiot. Better than that. You literally just... Die! Come on! Die! Actually, no, I can just stand here and then just dodge that. Yeah, I found a good strategy now. I think if I go too close towards it, just die. Yeah! Take that, you idiot. Okay, okay, here we are. Oh, hello?
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Okay, what's this distress beacon?
These are Admiral Gaho's men.
Oh, it was that guy who told us that his men are missing. Okay. So we literally done that little side mission now, so when we go back to the Citadel we can tell them that we found it. Okay. Yep, so we've done that little side mission, so we're... Well, wait, did it just tell us? I know I just clicked off it quickly, but did it just tell us how to control this? Oh my god, without... oh, never mind. Why did it do that? I was a bit late for showing this tutorial. Anyway, we're going back to the galaxy map and trying to find Liara. Okay, right. Okay. Alright, let's try this. Scan, no, okay. This might take a little while, guys, because it doesn't actually tell you what planet Liara is on. Cersei. I like how, like, every planet you go to, there's always a description about it, and, like, all the stuff, like the Hannah Home World, like, there's so much detail that goes into all this stuff. I bet it's going to be the last planet I actually click on. Is this it? I think this is it. This must be it. I'm guessing this is it. I think it is. Please be it. Okay, we'll take Tali and Rex this time, and then we'll take Garrus and maybe Liara next time. I think this is the right place. Okay, yeah, I think this is the right one.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts.
Okay,
It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna quickly save because I'm noobs. I am a noob for this game, as you all know. So let's go on for a little ride. So I think this is called the Mako vehicle. Yeah, someone who likes Mass Effect a lot. I don't know much of the actual details. Alright, so we're going to go for a little while. We'll do a little bit of jump, and that was really stupid. I really hope this is the actual mission I'm doing now. What the hell? That is a bright light. Sorry about that. Alright, we'll go this way. Yeah, I'm guessing. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Come on. Okay, this is actually good, right? What the hell? What the hell was that? Whoa! What the hell is that? That's a Geth ship. They just dropped off some Geth. Ouch! Crikey! Geth. Oh, I meant to. Die. Oh, no. Jump up! I dodged that with skill. Die. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, crikey. Die. Right. Yeah. Boom. Never stood H.